Have you ever wondered what would happen to your business if your content got 100 million views every single month? Would you make an extra $10,000, $100,000, $1 million? That's why today I'm going to be revealing the super simple 100 million view viral content infrastructure that top creators are using, and what I've learned after working with hundreds of clients as an agency owner, generating millions of views for them, generating millions of views for myself as a content creator, as well as learning and working with some of the top agencies and creators who specialize in doing this. So the first thing that we want to focus on is simply knowing our audience. Like most creators, you're probably eager to make videos, you want something to resonate, but you could be missing one of the biggest aspects of it, and that's simply knowing who you're actually wanting to target and having the ideas that are going to speak to that target audience. So what we do when working with clients, or even myself, is I start to reverse engineer who am I looking to target and what do I need to know about them. What I do is I create something that's called a copy doc. And what we want to do is we want to be able to emotionally connect with our customers, and we want to make it easy for us to reach them and build a loyal following with that target customer. So what happens is the algorithm on short form, specifically something like Instagram, pushes your content to your followers first, and then they engage. To first understand our audience, we need to know who it is that we're actually targeting. Is it musicians? Is it teenagers interested in gaming? Whatever that audience is, we need to clearly know who exactly we're targeting. Then, what is their current situation? Are they wanting to learn more about business? Are they in high school? That's who exactly we want to talk to when we're creating content to actually speak to an audience, build a loyal following, get our content to actually go viral. And then the third thing is the pain points. What are they struggling with? In content, in order to go viral, it's the irking, it's the agitating that is going to provide some sort of virality, because if you can irk at the pains, if you can poke the bear a little bit, it's going to agitate more people, and it's also going to speak to people with specific pain points that ultimately you'll be able to solve. And then the last thing is, what are their desires? And if we know the desires, we can speak to those desires in our content, which will allow us to relate to them and then also paint a vision for the clients and get them interested in what you're trying to say. What I do is I create what I call a copy doc. I have my customers, I know exactly who, and I make a list of everything about them. What is their age? What's their demographic? Who is it that I'm actually trying to target in my content? Same thing with the situation. I make a list of the situation. Same thing with the pain points. What are they struggling with? If it's going back to the point of making more money, cool, they're struggling to make money, obviously. Or you can speak in content and create content around their pain points. What are their desires? Making more money, or whatever the desire of your ideal customer is. I hear all the time, people are always like, I don't know what to talk about. And honestly, if you follow this exact framework, you're never going to have an excuse to know what to talk about, as well as to generate banger ideas that are actually going to reach a large audience in your ideal audience as it pertains to what you are creating content about. So your first step of this framework is to know your audience. When it comes to coming up with ideas, there's really a few ways that you can figure out what to actually talk about. And the first thing is to consume. Consume what's going viral in your specific niche. You can simply use something like TikTok and search topics, type in pain points, and start saving those videos that are doing well and start building out a database. And then you can then emulate those in the future. You can do the same thing on Instagram, on YouTube, etc., etc. Another great tool is a tool called Answer the Public. Basically with Answer the Public, I can literally go to answerthepublic.com. It's a social listening tool, essentially. So it aggregates what people are actually asking about. So if I type in how to make more money on Answer the Public, I can scroll down to like free positions. I can see a bunch of things that people are searching for. How to make more money without a job. How to make more money without going back to school. How to make more money without getting a second job. Pretty simple tool to use. The third way to do this is simply by asking ChatGPT and using and leveraging artificial intelligence to come up with topic ideas. Once you nail who your audience is and you have endless amounts of viral backed ideas from consuming Answer the Public, ChatGPT, now it's time to start actually creating. One of the most important things when we're creating is what we're going to talk about next. If you're watching this, this is going to be where you're going to want to really hone in and focus in. If you have good content, supposedly, but nobody's watching it, nobody's actually seeing it through, you're never going to go viral. If you're consistently putting effort into video, then you post, you look at your phone, you check your watch time, check your views, and you're constantly stuck in the 200 view jail, there's probably something missing. Platforms reward one thing, and that's watch time. What's going to be the biggest influence on the watch time is focusing on a good hook. If we have a good hook, we'll be able to capture attention, we'll be able to get people watching them longer, and with the watch time, this is going to lead to you going viral. Go study the best creators in the space, and this is what they're nailing to go viral. A catchy first sentence is what's roping you in and actually going to get you to watch it, which is going to contribute to watch time, which is going to help you go viral. So let's talk about some things that make a good hook, and these are just different frameworks that you can literally copy and paste and use. One of the things that you can do is focus on a shocking or profound statement. Did you know that shocking fact? You won't believe what happens next. In just 30 seconds, I'm going to reveal the truth about making making more money in 2024. Another framework that you can simply use is an interesting question. Have you ever wondered why people make millions of dollars while other people stay broke? The answer might surprise you. What would you do if scenario? Something polarizing. Not everyone will agree with this, but making more money is really easy. I don't know this will spark debate, but there's a reason you're broke. What do you think? Another angle that we can take is something that provokes curiosity. You won't believe what happens when blank. There's a hidden secret about millionaires that no one talks about. Curious? Keep watching. Another angle is going to be story controversy. Once upon a time, a millionaire did blank. Here's how it unfolded. This is the untold story of a successful business person and millionaire that shook the world. Now that you have some templates, let's just see this in action with a tool like ChatGPT just to make this super easy as you're beginning to think about, okay, what is the hook that I actually want to come up with? So I'm gonna go to Mr. ChatGPT. I'm gonna say, write me a polarizing hook ideas for a short form video. My target customer is in the ages of 25 to 35. They're struggling to make money. Their desire is to get rich, and they're currently working at a job. I talk about business stuff and how to make money in 2024. Here's literally 8 banger hooks that you can take. I'll pick the one that is the most polarizing and the one that is going to be most scroll stopping in my opinion. And then from that, I'm going to work that into my script. So as I'm scripting, I'm going to use the hook, and that is going to be the first sentence that I use in the video once I create the video. So another way that we can use a hook is using a visual hook. And a visual hook is not necessarily saying something, but more so what they're seeing on the page. So if I go to Submagic and let's just say
this is the craziest
video
test that you're ever going to see. All right, this is a test video. This is wild. Oh my gosh.
I'm like, shoot, I forgot to add a good hook. Like, that's not very visual appealing. Like, is somebody actually going to watch that? So obviously I can select my captions inside of Submagic. And then what I can do is I can go to the boost tab. And if I click on AI hook title, what's going to automatically populate is a hook. And AI is going to generate a hook for me based off of what I'm actually saying. So I don't even really need to use the thought process, just like we use ChatGPT. This will actually create a banger hook for you. Let's just say, I don't really want to use that hook. Let's generate a new one. I'm going to change the style of it. I can change the duration of how long I want it on there for.
This is the craziest test that you're ever going to see.
Now, if I'm clipping or if it's from a podcast clip, I want to make sure that there's a hook, like from a text perspective, that is going to be on the first 2 to 3 seconds of the video. That's going to get them to stop scrolling. A lot of videos are watched without sound, so it's also really important to make sure you have the text effect on it. So another thing that we can do is we can add some movement or like a film burn or something along those lines in the first 3 seconds to catch the person's attention. So if I click in here, if I just click on original, I can maybe add like a film burn in the beginning so that it also catches their attention in addition to the hook. So if I just click on film burn, for example, and I apply.
This is the craziest test that you're ever going to see.
They can even add like a little sound design in there.
This is the craziest test.
So now if it's a clip, if it's anything like that, whatever it could be, or I forgot to do the hook, or I want to emphasize the hook on the text, this is how we do it. And if we nail this, this is going to be the X factor to your success. But it'll only actually be successful if you nail what I'm about to talk about next, and that is going to be scripting. When we're scripting the videos and we're actually coming up with what we're going to say in the videos, first thing is going to be the situation. This is going to set the stage by describing a common scenario or belief that your audience can relate to. The next part of the script, the next kind of pillar that we want to hit on is the pain points. This is going to highlight the problem or the downside of the current situation. What makes the audience feel like discomfort. This is kind of where we poke the bear and the scripting to keep them eager to figure out, okay, wow, you're speaking directly to me. I want to know what's coming next in this video. Because again, we want to not give them the sauce too early. We want to poke at the bear a little bit, keep them watching because that's going to increase your likelihood of going viral. And then after we hit on the pain, then that's when we go to the value, the solution or the better alternative. It shows how the new idea or the approach is going to provide benefits over their current situation. That leads us to the last point, the payoff. It describes the outcome or the result of adopting the new approach of what you just added. It's the reward for making the change that you guys just did. So let's just look at an example. If I was targeting people trying to save money and I am targeting them to help them make more money, like that's my niche, and their pain is they don't know how to make more money and their desire is they want to make more money. Using the framework that we just came up with, here's how we could come up with something. So the hook, saving money is making you poor. And many people believe that saving money in a bank account is the best way to secure their financial future. But here's the problem. Savings accounts offer minimal interest rates, which barely keep up with inflation. Over time, your money actually loses value and you're essentially getting poorer by playing it safe. Imagine if you could make money work for you instead. By investing in an asset like stocks, real estate, or even starting a business, you have the potential to significantly increase your wealth. Investments typically offer much higher returns compared to traditional savings. So that's the value that you're adding to them after you call out their situation, after you call out their pain points, payoff. Think about this. Instead of watching your money sit idle, you could be earning passive income, enjoying financial growth, and achieving your financial goals faster. This approach can lead to a more comfortable retirement, the ability to fund your dreams, and financial freedom. The last thing that I want to note just about like scripting, or when you are filming your videos, or when you're about to get to film these types of videos, you need to have conviction. You can't be monotone. Saving money is making you poor. You need to have high conviction. I know it's really awkward to speak into the camera, but the higher the conviction, the more believable that you're going to be, and the more that's going to radiate into the viewer, and they're going to be like, wow, I believe this guy. This guy really knows what he's talking about. Saving money is making you poor versus saving money is making you poor. Who are you going to believe? Now that we have all of this handled, let's move on to our next point, which is going to be all things post-production. So we have the footage. How do I actually make this look appealing so people will actually continue to watch? Poor editing and poor sound quality can make your videos look unprofessional, and really what it's going to do is going to reduce the viewer trust and engagement. And without engaging visuals, good editing, your videos are only going to capture a very small amount of people, and it's not actually going to hold the viewer's interest. What we want to do is we want to use the rule of 3 seconds, meaning we want some sort of change up every 3 seconds. And the easiest way to do this is using a tool like Submagic that you can literally do in less than 10 minutes. So let me just show you exactly how we could do this. All I need to do is I need to upload a video. Let's just say I filmed a banger video, and I can name this Austin test video. I can click on upload. Once the video is uploaded, what you'll notice is
This is the craziest test that you're ever going to see. All right, this is a test video. This is wild. Oh my.
The video has already generated captions. So now what I can do is I can kind of pick the different captions that could be applicable to me. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to click on Ella. And I can even change the colors. Like let's just say I want red. That sounds cool. And let's just make the secondary color blue. Third color yellow. And what I'll be able to do is I can actually trim this bad boy up too, using the 3 second rule and knowing that people need fast paced. Like what we want to do is we want to remove as many dead spaces as possible so that things are cutting and things are moving quickly so that we can just get to the point, because again, people are just going to scroll right past it. So if I click remove one silence for 0.6 seconds, perfect. What I'm also going to do is I'm just going to...
This is the craziest test that you're ever going to see. All right,
I'm just going to remove any dead space. So I'm just going to kind of look through the clips. I'm going to split them and I'm going to remove clips. Now it should be really quick.
This is the craziest test that you're ever going to see. All right, this is a test video. This is wild. Oh my gosh, here's my test.
Now, when I go to edit the video, again, we want to apply the 3 second rule. So let's just say I pick the captions. I'm just going to do Ella, pick my colors, go to captions. And if I ever wanted to edit the captions, split things up, whatever I wanted to do, I could add a line break. Just say, all right, this is test, add line break, this is wild. And I can split things up. I can change the timing, change the style, of course, of the captions, change different colors. And in order to keep people's attention, I want to make sure I'm adding more stuff to it. Okay, so this is the craziest test. Let's split this into a new line. Let's split this into a new line, split this into a new line, and split this into a new line. And now I can see, okay, every 1 to 3 seconds, I'm going to switch things up. So I'm going to click on here. I'm going to do a little film burn in the beginning. Let's call it that. Let's make sure we got some sound design. Let's do a little flash on there. We'll apply that.
This is the
film burn, apply. And then on the next one, maybe I'm going to add like a GIF. So let's click on GIF so it comes up. Wild. Let's add this grandma. And then here, maybe I can throw in like a little zoom slow, apply, and we can keep it jumpy.
This is the craziest test that you're ever going to see. All right, this is a test video. This is wild. Oh my gosh, here's my test.
So this is a simple way that you can chop things up using the 3 second rule that we just talked about. And using a tool like Submagic makes it super, super simple and fast, because volume is going to be key. You don't want to spend all day behind a computer doing it. All right, guys, and that is how I managed to generate millions of views with the viral content infrastructure. If you want to use the AI software that I use to edit high quality videos in a quarter of the time, go ahead and click the link in the description. Also, go ahead and click on this video right here to learn the 1-minute editing technique that is taking over YouTube. Thanks so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.